Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very first edition.
Number one.
Number one. First edition of Shelbyville Now's Ahead of the Curve Live. Guys, we are live streaming this for the very first time, and we hope that you'll participate by chatting. Our chat will be live tonight, and we'll be taking questions and comments as we go through. So this is our very first time, Bo, and we probably need to allow a little bit of time for people to start logging on. They're starting to come in a little bit now. So we're gonna first start talking about what's happening around town, the talk of the town, and so forth. And I know the big topic that we've had is school starting.
School is in session.
Right.
Today was the first official day, full day of school. So I know everybody's excited about that and getting all the mornings are kind of hectic right now, and everybody's getting used to schools and classrooms. So
yeah. Well, before we get into that, I want to let y'all know we're not having a sponsor tonight. We're doing this just because we want to do it. We will have sponsors going forward. So tonight there's not going to be any commercial breaks. We're going to go straight through. We won't stay on point. And we start talking about the school starting in the system. Has some teacher shortages and there's traffic issues. We want to hear from you guys on that, how that's affecting you. How has just the starting of school affected your lives? If it has, I know traffic is different now in the mornings. That's one other topic, but we've got
let us know. You know, just be. We want this to be for everybody, and if there's questions, if there's news, we'd like to report it, but also you can report it to us. So just feel free to comment, ask any questions, comments, and how's it going for you? Is it going as well as it could? Is the traffic bad? I've noticed lately the traffic's just, traffic is not like it used to be.
Yeah.
And it's we're a growing town. So
but there's a question that's come in, or actually a comment for us to talk about, which has nothing to do with schools, but has very much to do with Shelbyville and Bedford County. And there's a history in this.
Okay.
Andy Gibson. Thank you guys for keeping us ahead of the curve. Can you talk about why Shelbyville will randomly have a terrible smell? Over the past 2 years, it seems to have gotten worse. Is there anything you all think the city can do to mitigate this?
I'm glad that that's been brought up, because that is something that has been more here in the last few years, more especially on certain sides of town. But we have had the Tyson plant on the south side. That's been something ever since I've been here. I'm born and raised here. It's been, when the wind's right, but there has been, I think it's trucks carrying some type of waste, from here to there, and they put out a bad smell. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but that's what I'm thinking. And it is an obnoxious odor.
Well, you got a double barrel situation taking place. You've got the water treatment center that's in the same side of the town, the southwest corner. If you were to make a crossroads, it's 431 and 231. The sector to the southwest has got two things. You've got the treatment and the treatment center, and you've got the Tyson situation.
That's right.
So I think that when certain situations set up and there's a wind coming out of the southwest, if you're on the southwest side of town, it's not as bad, but the rest of the town gets hit by it, and you can smell it everywhere.
Well, here recently, and this might be what he's talking about, when you're going out towards Tullahoma, almost on the outskirts of the city limits, there tends to be that smell every now and then, and it's really strong. And there's a few houses close, and I know that it's got to be affecting them. Now you drive through it, by the time before I'm at the bridge, I don't smell it anymore. So, but it is something that's bothered me personally. But it does go away. Agriculture is big in this area. That would be considered some type of agriculture. There's wasteful and milk production and several things. I know that there are people that, they have to get rid of these waste, and they get hauled in these trucks. Unfortunately, they don't smell too good, but I would hope that they could regulate them, or not even regulate, just be, have a little common sense to tighten them up and that smell not get out unless it,
Well, let's think about this. Tyson's been here for years. They employ a lot of people. I think it's part of the trade-off I mean,
Well,
as
it
far as
is,
the
but it's
trade-off.
not, it's not pleasant.
No, it's
But it
not.
has, especially on that south side. Yes, it has. That's just part of it.
And the question he's asking here, is there anything you all think that the city can do to mitigate it?
Well,
I
you would
tell
have to look at the zoning regulations on noxious odors. I don't know
well,
the wording in that. I don't know what the definition of that would be, and what's noxious to one person or other. But I would say that this smell
it's pretty rough.
It's pretty rough. But that would be the only thing I could think of. But it's air that's moving, so we can't wrangle it in. I would think it would be up to the source of the smell.
Outside of moving the treatment center,
Right.
which I don't think that's going to happen. That
No,
would be a massive
no.
expense.
No.
I think we're stuck with it because I know as a child, I grew up here, I smelled it, and I think that unfortunately, it's kind of one of our trademarks.
Well, and the chicken trucks, and here's for all the newcomers to Bedford County and Shelbyville, the chicken trucks, they'll run. Don't pull too close to them because you might get squirted.
Yeah.
So just a word of wisdom there.
Okay.
That's not happened to me, but a couple times. So,
but Andy, thanks for your question
Yes.
and your comment. It's in the talk today. I mean, you hear this discussion come up just about every week. And here recently on Facebook and on social media, I've seen people talking about it, asking questions about it. And it's one of those things that's just difficult for anybody to regulate or do anything about. But it's
Well,
obviously it's there.
I think a lot of people just want to see some criticism recognized and then addressed in some sort of way, and then maybe somebody come out and say that they are trying to do it. But also, like we said, agriculture is big here. There's going to be some noxious odors. I don't know if a warning sign would help, but
I don't know. But
hey, I'm with you. I am with you on that one. But we're getting the word out right here. We're talking about it. All it can do is grow. It might take time, but maybe there is something that can be done.
I'm sure that the city is definitely aware of it because they're sitting right up here at City Hall and they smell it every day too. So,
oh yeah,
but it's a situation definitely. All right, let's get back to our schools. I know that there's several schools that have shortage of teachers and people have had to step up. They've had to double up. I know Kenny Parker, our transportation director, is having problems getting bus drivers.
Yes.
So if you've got a CDL and can drive a bus, he can hire you right
they pay
today.
pretty good too.
Yeah, and it's not a bad gig. So they've got that issue, and you've got traffic issues that have been worked on over at Cascade. I know that the new school that we've already talked about, the Cartwright Elementary School, is built way off the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That gives a lot of room for traffic to get off the main road. And that alleviates some of the traffic off of Fairfield Pike, and they're going to widen that.
They're going to widen it. It's kind of going to be a bubble. It's going to help handle that extra traffic. But as far as other areas, I mean, it's traffic seems more. The schools seem more packed, and I think that's the issue with the teachers, not having enough teachers in the day. That it's concerning, but at the same time, it shows signs of our growth because we are growing and schools are being added on to. We've already got several new schools in the past 10 years. Cascade, community, they've improved so many, but now we've got even more, schools coming, and the place is growing. And I know that if y'all have been around town lately, things are happening. I mean, you got the firehouse subs coming up, you got so much stuff, and this is just kind of goes into that school part. I mean, we're growing. Get ready. It's coming. I mean, things are coming to fruition, and it's looking good.
I know that we've got 1 week of school or a week and a half of school, and then we hit the pause for a whole week. The kids get off for school and are out for the entire horse show. The last week of the horse show. Yeah. And
I think they get like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
And then we go. Yeah. We get that
the horse show break.
So that's been a tradition here in Shelbyville for years and years and years. It's back to when I went to school. So my question for everybody out there, first of all, are you going on vacation during the celebration? If you're not, are you going to go to the horse show? And if you are going on vacation, have you rented your house? So that's a question. I'd like to see how many people out there are actually going to leave town. because I know some people that went to Florida last year and they bumped into people from Shelbyville all over the place.
It's been a big thing. And I don't know about the house renting part, but that was a big thing a long time ago. I mean, that's what people did. They rented out their house and it paid for their vacation. They might have some money to boot when they come home and spend it all after that vacation.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many people do that. That it would be interesting to know. But I do know that it's got to be big because a lot of people go out of town.
We got a comment here. Emily Gill, your better half, says bus drivers are paid good. Okay, she's putting a plug in. Go talk to Kenny Parker if you got a CDL. If you don't, he'll get you hooked up.
She might want to be a bus driver. Maybe
she's got the time. And then Amanda Langford, we are definitely growing. Cascade is trying to do a great job with the traffic, but it is horrible. So she says it is horrible, and I get it because that situation out there is just not the perfect.
No, it's not. And they've tried.
Kudos to David Parker for directing traffic this week. So David Parker is actually coming out of the administrative office, going out there and directing traffic. Hats off to David.
Yeah, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Two great men right there.
Yeah.
Kenny and David Parker, they boots on the ground. That's just who they are. And
any other comments or questions that you have concerning the horse show, getting out of school, or you going on vacation? We'd like to hear from you.
Personally, I've seen it at Liberty schools where my daughter goes, and I've seen the principal out there giving, talking to parents. It's confused. This is the first year my daughter's gone there, so I'm one of those that is getting used to things. And they've been out there and they've been incredibly helpful, and I'm sure every school has, but Liberty School, shout out to them as well.
Yeah, speaking of that, Liberty is getting a wing built on at some point in the future. So
it was in the budget this year. Yeah. And it's something that they need. I believe they might have one, or they might have a couple portables, and they want to eliminate all portables in Bedford County. And that's just a bravo to that, because that school is overcrowded, just like every other school. I mean, you build a new school and it's overcrowded.
I saw where Central High School had 400 freshmen in the freshman class coming into it. Wow. That's got to be one of the largest that they've ever had coming up. That puts them at, if they had 400 per class, back up over 1,600 range. And I think they're down around maybe 1,500 to 1,520.
Yeah.
So they're at maximum capacity out there too. And I know they're short staffed. So that's a challenge. Let's shift gears a little bit and let's talk about what's going on down North Main Street. I know we've got the Firehouse Subs. You mentioned that. I don't know what their target date is to open, but they hung the sign. They hung the sign up. Also, we've got the Chick-fil-A that's just past the 441A 231 exit intersection there from Kentucky Fried Chicken up their lot. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of activity going on it.
Yeah, it's kind of directly across from Heritage South Bank. It's over in there next to Lowry's Jewelers, and they've really started the site work on that. And that's going to be big. You don't have to go to Tullahoma for Chick-fil-A anymore. Also on Madison Street, they're on out of town right before you get to that last gas station. There's going to be a new Dollar General there. I don't know if we need another one or not, but we're getting one.
I think that's number 13.
Well, you know what? That side of town happens to not have many shopping options. Used to Walmart was out there. That's where everything was going. And 15 years ago, things changed. When Walmart went, so the people went. And
well, if you need a job, yes. I think most every Dollar General store needs help because I've heard and seen myself with my own eyes. Some of the Dollar General stores close at 3:00 in the afternoon because they don't have staff showing up.
Yeah, the Madison Street one was notorious for this, but they cleaned the house. There's new management in there, and I've actually, that's one closest to me if I need to make a run to the dollar store, and they have cleaned the house, and that one is running much better. I don't know the managers, but I just know that they are running it better, and I think so. That what does that tell me is that the higher ups got wind of it, and they made the change. You have a choice to make, and it was keeping me from going several times because I thought, well, it's going to be closed. I don't know if it's going to be open. I'm not even going to try, but here we go.
All right, so we've got
another one.
We've got another one, and that's about a mile from another one. Okay. Right here on Madison Street, and then you've got that one down there. I wonder what the thinking is.
Well, it's thinking that we need to buy our dollar. We like our Dollar General.
Okay, so I got a question for everybody out there, and please respond to this if you're listening. Do we have enough Dollar General stores in Bedford County? Yes or no? I'm just wondering what the number is that gets us to having enough.
I don't know if there's anybody that just can't get enough Dollar General. I mean,
I
I'm
know.
good. I
All
mean,
right.
like every now and then, but apparently people love their Dollar General.
Okay, so you gave us that report. Now, Cartwright School, I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
If you drive out Fairfield Pike, Brandon Taylor says, shoot, no. Okay, we're going to get more.
that'll get us 2 more from that comment, probably.
Yeah. All right. So you go out by Cartwright School, you see the building starting to go up, and it is going up fast. They're planning on being open next fall.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I mean, that's quick and that's good. That's what we need. We've just got through having a conversation about the overcrowding, and I just hope that they can fill the teachers and they can compensate the teachers where we can get quality. Not only can we get teachers, but we get quality teachers, and that takes money, and that takes decisions.
All right. So the compensation, I don't think it's a problem now. You've got a lot of people that's leaving the teaching profession, period. And then there's a shortage, really.
Yeah,
there's a shortage of a lot of things right now. I mean, most every industry you look up, and they're trying to hire people and can't find anybody to work.
Yeah, and I know that the sheriff and police departments are facing
they need people. Everybody needs somebody. So if you're sitting out there today and you're saying, I need to get a job, well, if you walk out the door, one will hit you upside the head because they're out there everywhere.
They are, and we could use some good quality workers out there.
Yes. So I'm just wondering how Chick-fil-A actually staffs their place.
I don't know, but they must have some type of vetting process because they get quality people. I mean, I could usually say that everyone I've been to, I have a same experience. I don't know their method. I've never looked into it, but it's probably not too hard. It's just a little one-on-one conversation and go from there. But hey, I think it would be a great place to work if I was, I think anybody work there. They tend to hire, younger, and that's great because the younger, the high schoolers, they need that. It seemed like that's all it was, but it's good. I'm glad we're getting a Chick-fil-A.
Right now, the city and county governments both have kind of calmed down on a lot of activity because we got through the budget process. So I know that's kind of off the table, and now it seems like things are not in an uproar as much. I don't know of anything that's coming towards us right now that's going to be a controversy, and it's good to see a lot of calmness right now in our local government.
Calmness, unity. I think that we all know that we love this county, but we have to make difficult decisions sometimes, and with those difficult decisions come difficult tempers or difficult opinions. But I think at the end of the day that we really can unite on going forward with Bedford County, Shelbyville in a positive way. I mean, I love where we're going. I mean, I go out like I just said, you drive, things are happening here, and things look good. Can it be better? Yes. Will somebody complain? Always.
Right.
It will never be perfect.
Okay.
But I like where we're going.
Dottie Adcock Marchand, you have already addressed this. What can be done about the horrible? She said you may have already addressed this. What can be done about the horrible nose burning smell in our subdivision at Union Station? That question, yes, we already have, because I think it's the same source. And I think the wind has a lot to do with whether you're going to smell it or not. If we have a good north wind, the people on the far south are going to get it, but we're here in the town is not going to get a
whiff of it. And I will say again, there's another these trucks that are going with that waste from that recycling place in town. Those when you get behind one of those put out a temporary bad odor. And they do, and that so it's not only the chicken, Tyson or the sewage anymore. We have that smell too, and I think that's what people are more concerned about, because that's what I've been smelling lately in areas where predominantly you never smelt that. You never smelt Tyson. You never smelt, no matter what. There were certain areas where you would smell it. It wouldn't go all over town. Well, these smells are showing up, here and there, and I'm pretty sure it's coming from these trucks now. You don't quote me on it, but that's just my assumption. From riding down the road. I
don't know if she's talking about that specifically, but I know. I mean, just on any given day, if that wind's right, you can walk outside your house or building if you're at work, and you can get a consistent odor constantly if that wind is coming from that southwest. And that's got to be from the treatment center and the chicken plant. So,
I mean, playing church league softball at Neverest Park on a hot summer evening,
terrible,
could have some rough nights.
All right, so let's So the smell is obviously a hot topic.
It is.
And I don't know how anybody can fix it, really.
Well,
I just don't know, but
we can raise awareness.
Yeah, and it's above our pay grade.
Yeah,
obviously.
Oh yeah.
So,
way.
I mean, I've been dealing with it for 61 years living here, and I don't think even.
Did you give up on the
I
issue?
just kind of think that's our trademark.
Well, I don't like that trademark.
I know. I don't either. Other businesses in town, Bo, have you heard of anything else that's coming in that?
Well, I know we've got a McDonald's coming in soon, but there are several. I guess you would say. Eateries, the new Italian place, which has been in business for a while, and we might have talked about hearing still great reviews of that. I know that there's a lot in the works now that probably can't be spoken for, but things are happening here.
Yeah.
I've heard a few rumors, but everything that I've heard has been good. I mean, look at Tullahoma, what they've done. People are starting to see the area as a benefit, as an economic benefit, and people might talk about, the money given to Chick-fil-A. Well, Chick-fil-A tried to come here, or they tested this area several years ago. They didn't want to come here. And maybe that's what it took to give them, everybody says, we want Chick-fil-A, we want this and that, well, there's the incentive. If they come though, that I think when you get a company like that, it brings even more growth, or if not, it brings validity. Like, okay, they got a Chick-fil-A there. So it does bring some value, and it was up front. And yeah, you would like to not give that money, but I think in the long run, it's going to be a home run.
Yeah, Amanda Langford says, "Tell us your rumors, Bo Gill."
Oh, you.
No, but and
that's on the pay side. That's on the pay side.
And Daniels, I love Smellyville. Okay, Tim Baker, thanks for doing these live shows. Smell notwithstanding, I miss home. All right, Emily. We're going to have to support what we're getting so we can get what we want. Absolutely correct. And I see this. I hear people and I see people talking on Facebook and making posts. Well, they need to bring this here, or they need to bring that here. And all these are names that maybe Tullahoma has and we don't. Mm-hmm. And I get that. People would like to see those type businesses coming. But the question is, who is they? Okay. They is not the government. Mm-hmm. Even though the city government gave Chick-fil-A some money. Okay. And I don't like that. And we could have a conversation, but I'm not going there tonight. We need to understand who they are, Bo. They are people want to invest money and try to make money. So Emily hits the nail on the head here. If we're going to keep them and if we're going to get more, we have to support them. We have to support them. And we've got local businesses right now hanging on by a thread that could have used some of that $300,000 to pay their light bills. I mean, but you got small restaurants, and I could name them, but you know who they are out there that are struggling and they need support. And we need to support them.
The argument goes both ways, and I understand that, but I understand both sides to it, but never do I like, spending taxpayer money. That's, just something I don't, but I do see, the benefits if the argument, not necessarily that I agree with it, but I do see
I can sit on the fence on this and say, yeah, we got to get this stuff in here, whatever it takes. But then I sit there and I look at a man that's about to close his doors and he's not getting the support. And I'm saying, well, they just gave $300,000 to those folks. This guy's over here struggling to pay.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's a balancing act.
I think sometimes when we're in Shelbyville, the mindset is we don't want to be here. Let's just go out of town just to kind of go out of town. And instead we've got to stay here and we've got to, hang out in what do you call it? Smellyville.
Yeah. Okay. Amanda Langford, agree. Emily Gill, we have to support no matter if it's the 27th Dollar General. Okay, Amanda. Yeah. When we get the 27th one,
better be at the grand opening.
The grand opening, I know.
Yeah, it's like the fish place, the fish trap, and I think it's out of business. It's great food, but the support wasn't there. And I don't know, there's probably other factors. I'm sure there are, but they need the support. A business doesn't stay in business if it isn't making money. Yeah, or it shouldn't.
And I want to talk about something else too. Tim Baker, it's a long-term play with incentives. Absolutely. All right, Emily, I think some of the restaurants have random hours, and I'm not criticizing them. It's just hard when you decide you want it, but they're closed. I guess that comes down to the limited staff, and she hit the nail on the head. Well, again, she's pretty smart, Bo.
Yeah, she is. I learn really good. That's where my knowledge.
Okay, so you get all your information from Emily. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Emily. Appreciate that.
Now you blew the secret.
Which secret?
Well, did I get all my knowledge from?
Oh, okay. I didn't think that was a secret. Okay. All right. Never mind.
Change.
But anyway, long-term play with incentives. That's true, Tim. I think the city looks at these situations. Yeah, Brent Horner, we need another vape shop. Okay. But
well, we don't. Yeah, that I see his.
Yeah.
but no, yeah, we definitely need another one.
To get back on the long-term play, the city sees this as we're going to get property tax back. We're going to get sales tax back, which I don't agree with, because that sales tax is going to be spent somewhere. Maybe just another fast food restaurant. It's just going to get spread out a little bit more. So I don't think we're going to have people driving to Shelbyville just to eat at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you get some Lynch burgers.
They're going to Tullahoma.
You get Lewisburg. I
mean, you think they're going to drive from Lewisburg?
Well, they might be going to Columbia. I don't know. Yeah.
You think so? Just to get a sandwich? Okay. All right. I hope so.
Y'all better.
All right.
If Marshall County's watching, y'all blow it up here.
Back to who they are. They are family people that want to start a business, want to be an entrepreneur. They risk maybe everything they have to go into a business.
Yeah. I think we make a mistake when we think they is the government, and the government, they should bring things here. I think that it's up to us, meaning entrepreneur that wants to start, or an established business that wants to move in here. It's their decision. So let's remember that.
Yeah. And the thing about it, they are at risk. So when they take that risk, if a local person is starting a business, they're taking a huge risk. We need to get behind them and support them. If we can buy something from them instead of Amazon, we need to do it.
But the city and the government does need to be involved, because they have to, having that. But a great relationship with the government and anything that comes in, it's gonna prosper.
Well, I just think our government should have 4 or 5 priorities and stick with that, and make Shelbyville a better place. Encourage everybody to make Shelbyville a better place. Okay. All right. Ann Daniels, always try to go to the Capri Theater before going outside of town. And that's absolutely right. We have a historic building with a 2-unit theater that's been there my entire life.
Rocking chairs. Does it still have the rocking?
I don't know. I think it does.
They used to use that as that was one of the selling points. They had the rocking chairs in there.
And probably the cheapest concession stand of any theater in the world. I've been to some, and I go out and I'm like, what happened? They just took all my money for a Coke and popcorn.
And I've been guilty. Yeah. I've gone by it in the same movie, and I go, elsewhere for whatever reason, spend more money, come back, and I could have done it there. And it's that same mindset of, well, let's just get out of town.
Well, I've heard people say there's no parking. Well, park on the square, walk around and check out all the shops, and just breeze down there. Maybe stop at Bocelli and eat on the way.
There's parking and walking. That you park and you have to walk a little bit, but just like you said, and that's another thing, the hours on the square. A lot of times people go in the evening, and if there were more little things open, and that would take us supporting it, being out there and being involved in it to it would be neater to see if there were more businesses open, boutiques or something. But I know that that's probably not practical, because if they were making money right now, they would be doing that.
Okay, Amanda Langford makes a great point here. And I've said this, and I've heard this for years. There's a lot of businesses that can't come in here. Some of those that people are saying, we need this, they need to bring this. And it's because of the demographics. I'm going to read Amanda's comment here if you can't see it. We have a business here, non-medical caregivers. As the area director for Shelbyville and Murfreesboro, when you cross Rutherford and Bedford County, it's a different world. Growth is great, but we have to do it the right way. It's a total different demographic here. Absolutely. It's a different world.
We are who we are.
We are who we are. We have different DNA than Murfreesboro and Rutherford County.
And that's okay. That's okay. So we don't want to be someone else, but we do want to take pride in what we've got. And we've got our own little special thing. We got the Duck River, we got the Walking Horse Show, we got things to capitalize. We're in a great location between Huntsville and Nashville. I mean, you can't ask for better.
Okay, we've got several comments coming in here. Tim Baker, here's a thought. What if the government identifies business needs and creates a business incubator for local entrepreneurs? It's done in other cities. My alma mater, UAB, does it. I think that's a fantastic idea. And Daniels, concerned about how is traffic going to flow on North Main Street when Chick-fil-A comes I guess you mean gets going.
Yeah.
So
That's going to be a concern.
It is because
they've been known to put in lanes in some cities. So.
Everybody in Bedford County is going to be lined up in that drive-through the first couple of weeks. So it's going to be a murder. Our police department is going to have to get ready for that one. All right, Capri actually has fresh popcorn, unlike Regal, AMC, and other chains who pop it hours before it's purchased. Heck of a lot cheaper too. 100%.
You should go for the popcorn alone.
Man, I have actually gone out, pulled into Capri Theater, went in and got peanut popcorn from the concession stand and took it home and ate it because I love their popcorn so much.
That's what we got to do. Stuff like that. You can do that, right? I mean, he just demonstrated you can go in there and buy stuff. You don't have to watch a movie. You can
go in there and buy popcorn, and it's better than what I can pop at home. Now, another thing, Piggly Wiggly, they have a popcorn machine out there. They pop popcorn 3 or 4 times a week. They bag it, and it's not hot, Brandon, but it is fantastic and it's cheap.
What about let's change just what about the popcorn thing stand on the square?
I'm waiting for you to open that up.
I'm waiting on my popcorn license.
I think Warren Landers has got something to do with it. I know he helped restore it.
I'm so glad to see it restored. I mean, I was hoping we wouldn't lose it.
Well,
and then when it came back and restored, so I imagine there's some plans for it.
Well, here's a question. Would people of this town go up there and buy popcorn and a Coke, maybe a hot dog, maybe candy bars, when they're making a visit to the square? Would they stop in and support it, do you think? That's a question for you guys out there. Would they?
I don't, making a special trip, I don't know. I think that it would be a big hit for just people walking from store to store and get popcorn, especially the kids. It's always a big hit for the kids.
Yeah, we also, and Daniels, we do that we buy popcorn and Nash ice cream and take it home. Oh, that's some good stuff.
Oh, yeah. I don't get me started on that.
Yeah, we got a lot of good things to talk about here. Even though we can find bad in anything, we got a lot of good things to talk about.
We do. I mean,
all right. So, guys, we're gonna probably wrap this show up here, and we appreciate everybody participating. But we'd like to know what you want to talk about. What we want to turn this show into is a voice for the people. If you have a concern, just share it.
Yeah, like
what
you're doing
the smell.
Right now. Things like that. Those are big things that are on my mind. And I'm so glad people bring up stuff like that. And we want to make that show this type of platform where news is brought up and news is discussed here. We're not blasting people. We're not throwing around things. We're just talking about what
we're hearing on the streets.
That's it.
What's on the streets today.
And we want to hear from you. And this will be an interactive type platform. And we plan to do this regularly. So we need your support and your viewership and your participation.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody turning in tonight. One thing here, Amanda Langford, I do think so. I think Shelbyville has a lot of great supporters. So she thinks that the popcorn stand would be supported. Bo, you need to get on that.
Well, I know you're going to go get it because you go to the Capri to get it. Your popcorn.
Well, I'll stop at your popcorn stand too.
Okay. Popcorn license. I heard it's in the mail. I don't know.
Warren Landers, have you got anything to do with the popcorn stand still? I know.
Is Warren going to pop some popcorn? I can see him in there popping.
Now, there has been somebody set up from time to time when there's events and they're doing it for charity. And maybe that's the plan with it. We just need to know when that is.
Well, when you get the traffic on there and you get the money coming in, they will be there all the time. So what does that mean? We got to support it.
All right, we got a comment from the Claxtons here. Shelbyville is a great place to live. I'm very thankful and appreciative of how Bedford County welcomed me and my family. Absolutely. I've lived here all my life and didn't have the welcome mat rolled out for me, but I've seen people move in, and it's great.
Yes.
Jeremy Davenport, love this platform. Great job, guys. Keep it up. We will. Jeremy, y'all get out there and spread the word that we're going to do this on a regular basis. And we're going to come back and try to do this possibly weekly. But we're going to do it as our time permits. And as there are things that come up, we might have to have an emergency discussion, guys. So let's see, Amanda. I have Heath Fair and Health Fair and Hot Rods. Okay. Coming up in September on the square. Let's get some popcorn going.
That's right. Yes,
great
she's got
idea.
New business coming in there.
Bo, that's your son.
The license, popcorn license.
Popcorn license.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're regulating popcorn now.
I'm going to pull a Biden. Come on, man. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We're going to be back real soon, so be ready to chat it up. Give us your thoughts, your questions, your comments. Chew us out. Whatever. We'll take it. But guys, we're just going to talk about what's going on in town. And if something comes up tomorrow, we might have to get back on here. But guys, thanks for watching again. And watch for us real soon, and please like and share this. And just to let you know, we have on shelbyvillenow.com a live stream embed, so that anything we live stream here will pop up on there. So if you know somebody that doesn't have Facebook or YouTube and wants to watch the show, it's on shelbyvillenow.com right on the front page, and we'll pop up there.
And also the obituaries, I know that's something that people are looking for. Unfortunately, that's a part of life, and we've started posting those on Shelbyville Now, so we can be your source for obituaries.
Yeah, we're there, and we're going to update that as we get updates. Okay. There is another comment we need to address. Tammy Keene, I'm seriously concerned about the sewage system and the old pipes on the ground. The smell has grown worse, and I cannot even enjoy sitting outside on my patio or walking in my neighborhood from the awful smell like dead animal. I get it. There are areas of this town that have the old clay pipes.
Yeah.
And until we get that, that's going to cost a lot of money.
It's going to cost a lot of money, but I would encourage her to let her voice be heard. Go to City Hall. I mean, they'll listen to you. It's a real concern because we know it is, because you wouldn't be talking about it, and it bothers you a lot. And if I was you, I'd go down there just to have a friendly discussion of how we can get through this. And like you said, that's a big deal,
Yeah, that's
doing the infrastructure part, but it's going to have to be done. I mean, we're growing anyway. I mean, things are going to have to be done.
And maybe by the time the folks over at War Trace get fresh drinking water, we will have this project started to alleviate our sewage problem here in town.
So
maybe
we've got good leadership in the city and county, and I hope that they will be diligent and right with our money.
We've got other comments coming in here. I hear we're getting a racetrack. Just kidding. Ha, ha. All right. He must have seen ours. It's not a racetrack. All right. But it's not coming right now. It's not here right now. Tennessee Downs.
I don't think
heard much.
I've seen any site movement or anything. I'm hoping that something will go, come quick. They've really been instrumental in our county since they've came here. They've been involved, supported a lot of things. But it's still to be coming soon.
Yeah. All right. Replying to Andy Gibson, it's not a racetrack. Okay. Tammy King, I pray so, when she's talking about the sewage lines. Okay, guys, get out, support local business this week. You'll be glad you did, because the more we do it, the more we're going to see them prosper and more people come in here, hopefully. Guys, have a great week ahead. Get out this weekend and support your local high school football teams as they scrimmage, and as the season gets in here, encourage them. I know junior highs have already started playing ball, and if you see a teacher, give them a hug and pray for them.
That's right. Get out and have some fun.
All right, guys, you have a great rest of the week, and we'll